Good afternoon. Welcome to Live It Out Inc. on this thoughtful Thursday. Although it's raining, it's still a beautiful day. While you guys are coming in, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and click share, share. We want to welcome you guys to another Thursday night where we are checking in with our mental health. Before we get started today on Live It Out Inc., I just want to do a mental health check-in with everyone. So if you guys are listening, it's 5 mental health questions that you should ask yourself every day to check in with your mental health, your mental stability. Question number 1, how am I feeling today? Mentally and physically. It's very important that you check on your mental state as well as your physical state. Am I feeling tired? Am I feeling exhausted? Am I fatigued? What's going on with my mind? Question number 2, what's taking up most of my head space? If I'm constantly worrying about work, am I constantly thinking about family? Am I thinking about what's for dinner, what I'm gonna wear, all these extra things? Take into heed what's taking up most of your head space and try to take some of that stuff off your plate. Number 3, when did I last eat a whole meal? Yes, we need our nutrients. We need to take care of our bodies. Again, we need to take care of our physical state as well. Treat yourself to a good, healthy meal. Question number 4, am I tired? If you're tired, take some time and rest. You deserve it. If you feel tired and you're overwhelmed, take some time, take some me time. There's nothing wrong with you taking some me time and say, hey, I can't do it today. I'm not going to make it today. I'm sorry, but I just need to rest. Last question. What will I engage in today that will bring me joy? Do something that makes you happy. Every day, do something that makes you happy. Whether it's reading your favorite book, having that glass of wine, lighting your scented candles, watching your favorite TV show. Whatever makes you happy, you need to do something that brings you joy every day. Now, we got that out the way. We have checked in with our mental health. We're going to get started on our segment this Thursday. First of all, let me say, during the month of September,
I was trying to get that hair out your face.
Don't mess with the flap, boo. During the month of September, it was very, very touching. It was very needed. And we was doing what we needed to do was bring awareness to suicide. And first of all, we want to thank Miss Stephanie Magruder, who came on first and gave us all the tips and how to identify if somebody may be suicidal. We want to thank Mr. Chris Boyd. Shout out to Chris, our military brother, who talked to us about PTSD. Very powerful story. Thank you, Chris. And then last we had Devontae. Devontae, still praying for you, brother. I hope you're okay if you're out there listening. And we had our founder of Live It Out Inc., Christina, tell her story. So again, we just want to bring suicide awareness to our community. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight, we're going to try to lighten the mood a little bit because it's been very serious. It's been, people, it's not easy to share your story when you're going through that much trauma. So again, thank you guys for watching, and let's see what Christina got up for tonight.
Well, first, I'm trying to, Miss Regina Cleveland, where is everybody? First of all, I wanted to give them a shout out. It was her birthday. Shout out to Miss Regina. She's a faithful watcher, faithful listener to our broadcast. Congratulations to Miss Tanya and her daughter.
Yes, Mariah and Will got married. Yes. Oh, if I could just brag right quick, I'm telling you, this young couple, they were like 21, 22 years old. He proposed in Spain or somewhere, Rome. So they've already left the country several times. They got married Saturday and they're going to finish their ceremony off in Cancun. When I tell you this young man has bought his house at the age of 21.
Rich.
They on their way. Mariah has finished her nursing degree, and she's now a nurse at Northside Hospital. Shout out to Mariah. She just turned 22. When I tell you, it's some millennials out there, some young people out there that's doing it real big. Shout out to you, Mariah and Will. Congratulations again.
All right, and also our cousin Deanie, they was a guest on the show for the LGBTQ segment. She also got married.
Yes, Dina and Shanita got married. I'm mad because she didn't call me, but that's okay because I'll get with you later. But yes, congratulations to Dina and Shanita. If you remember them, they was on our relationship segment for the LGBT community, and they did. They tied the knot, guys. They actually got married. So congratulations to Dina and Shanita.
Was they having another ceremony?
Oh yeah, they're having another ceremony in February. Hi Regina, happy belated birthday!
Happy birthday! I'm looking for y'all. That's Clemont. Clemont, tell Regina happy birthday.
Oh, again, Clemont. Those margaritas was all that. They had a margarita drive by. Who does that? But it was awesome.
And Miss Tanya just came up. We were just talking about your
really.
We were just talking about your daughter. Congratulations
to Mariah and Will.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started. You know how we do on the last Thursday of the month. We like for y'all to comment, chime in on the conversation. Let us know how you're feeling. Even if you disagree with us, let us know. So we just want to get started with the fun. So first, I want to talk about the mental depression that the Falcons fans
caused. Oh, no, you did.
That the Falcons cause their fans. Like, I know Falcons fans that they be on the edge of their seat. They keep y'all in the thing about the Falcons, they keep y'all in suspense. And I just want to know, how does that feel coming from a Falcons fan? Ms. Jett I'm a Cowboys fan. I want to know, how does that take a toll on your mental health to be a Falcons fan?
She tried it. Okay, but I'm going to entertain you.
Drop your team in the chat so I can make sure I tag y'all when the Cowboys play.
If you're a diehard Falcons fan, please check in. Drop a Falcon or some red and black or something. Don't do that.
They not in there.
Anyway,
it's just you.
That's all it needs to be, me, boo, because I rise up anyway. But anyway, it does. I'm going to be honest, because the whole time you're watching the game, you like in suspense. And you like, ooh, we so close. We got it. Ooh, we got it. Ooh, we got it. So every time they would miss the ball, fumble, or messed up when Julio ain't on his game, it is very stressful being a Falcons fan. If you watch some of those Instagram videos where some of those people posted after the game, now, I know we're going to get clowned for this, but the special team coach apparently did not tell the special team that it was okay for you to grab the ball before it got to the 10-yard line, before it went 10 yards.
So y'all blame
nobody told him that. The special team coach needs to be fired because he did not tell them boys that, hey, you can grab the ball at any time, guys. The Cowboys have to wait until it goes 10 yards, not you. So, yes, it is kind of stressful, but you got to hang in now. You got to love them. You got to love them. Shout out to Ridley. What's up, Ridley? Julio, we mad with you, but go see about your knee, toe, leg, or whatever going on with you Sunday. But carry on, though.
Oh, you got in your feelings about the Falcons?
I have to keep my boys on check. Rise up, Khalil. That's what I'm saying. You know, yes, it's a Falcons fan in the building.
Cowboys for life. Cowboys for life.
No, whatever. Going on. So it's a house divided.
Okay, anyway. So, well, first I do, on a serious note, let's see. Go ahead and put y'all questions in the chat if y'all have questions for us about last week's episode as a mother-daughter duo. If you heard me tell my story, I first want to clear the air and just say my mother was a phenomenal parent. She was a provider, a sole provider, in fact, for me and my sisters. So I don't want y'all thinking that my mom was a bad parent because I had some mental health problems. It wasn't her. What she lacked in emotional what?
I don't know, but I one word, I was not bothered at all, because I like when you can be accountable for your actions. Like I said,
you was accountable. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that I wasn't trying to say that my mom was a bad parent. She just needed to. And that leads us to our next topic. Are you a cuddler?
Mm-mm.
Are you a cuddler? If you're a cuddler, say I'm a cuddler in the chat. If you're not a cuddler, I'm asking this for a reason. And this is such thing as a professional cuddler. Like, this is a real job.
Really?
This is a real job as a cuddler. And I'm explaining to you why cuddling and touching is so important. Because you wasn't a hugger growing up. She did not hug us. And I'm going to tell you.
Ooh, you touching me too much. She touching me too much.
One is a cuddler. Yes. If you're a cuddler, let us know in the chat. I'm about to explain why cuddling and touching is so important, because some people are suffering from touch what's it, deprivation?
Deprivation. I don't know.
Deprivation.
What is
touch
it?
Deprivation.
What is it, Tawana?
Even the parents can't see the signs. Correct. Yeah, sometimes parents can't see the signs. But again, if you have a question for us, please put it in the chat. We're willing to answer all of your questions. I'm gonna ask that question, Janine. But go ahead and tell us why you're not a cuddler.
Like I said, if you watched the segment last week, I wasn't a hugger. I'm not the cuddling type. I just wasn't. I just like always just felt like you needed to know what to do. I shouldn't have to tell you and do all this extra stuff for you. But
Clemont said, we cuddling right now. That's what I'm talking about, Clemont.
But as you get older and you be single for so long, all you want about now, all I want to do is cuddle. We ain't gotta do nothing but cuddle.
But it's different. Cuddle. Is it different than you cuddling with your spouse and you like not even just cuddling, but hugging you'll hug your granddaughter all the time.
Every day.
But she pushed us away. Like
understand this. So I like my children.
It's a difference between I'm talking about the touch part right now. We know that you love us. And you like us.
I like them, but I love my grandbaby. I love my grandbaby. And King, I love my grandbaby. Oh Lord, gee, I just like them. but honestly, in all seriousness, I was not a cuddler. I was not a hugger. Like when they did good in school, I was like, that's what you're supposed to do. It wasn't always, oh, good job. You know, we celebrated. You know, like if they did good, but we celebrated anyway. I mean, like we did stuff anyway every day. So what was like out of the norm for most kids on the weekend, we were doing it on the weekend, like every weekend. Like I would take them out on the weekends every weekend just because that was my time with them, because I know through the week it was so hectic. So no, I was not a cuddler. I did not hug them a lot. I did not tell them I love it. And the strangest thing about it, when I did tell them one time, it felt so funny. I was like,
oh. It felt funny when you said, I was like,
yeah, I was like,
who you talking to?
I said, oh, I love y'all. I was like, I do love y'all.
I said, she must be going through something.
But I love my kid. I kill a rock and put a brick in the hospital about mine. I let off 100 rounds about mine.
Okay, so look, this is from one of the psych pages. It says touch is 10 times stronger than verbal or emotional contact, and it affects everything that we do. No other sense can arouse you like touch. We forget that touch is not only basic to our species, but the key to it. So not only just cuddling with your spouse, but touching your kids, hugging them, especially a depressed person. If you ever been somewhere you was crying or you was sad, if somebody came and touched and hugged you, it just made you cry even more because you felt warm, like somebody cared that you hugged them.
I think it's the it's a feeling of like when somebody touches you, it shows that, hey, I'm listening, or hey, I'm here. It lets you feel that that person is trying to tune in to your emotions. So I do agree when, like, even when you're in church and you crying and somebody come touch you, them ushers, I think they've been trained to do that. They come touch you. They can stop all that fanning though, but they'll come touch you, touch your shoulder and stuff like that. And it does give you a comfort. So I do agree. We should touch more. But I know now as a teacher, we have to ask permission if we touch a child. Like we say, can I touch your shoulder? Like, can I have a hug? So we have to ask for permission to touch that child, to let them know. But that's for them to let them know that, hey, how you feeling matters. If you don't want to be touched, it's okay for you not want to be touched. If you want to be touched, it's okay for you to be touched. I mean, be hugged. But let's get it right. We're talking about friendly hugs. We're talking about cuddling and stuff like that. We're not talking about good touch, bad touch. We're just talking about checking in emotionally with your kids. And when you just randomly come by and hug your kids or grab them around the neck or even high five or whatever you need to do, you're making that connection to say, hey, I see you. Like even, and I got to give this example. I was with a dude once. I was out with a dude one time, long time ago. But anyway, we ran up to one of his friends and he was talking to his friend. They was having this long conversation. So I was like, okay, he's going to be talking a minute. I'm going to just walk off. So when I started to walk off, he kind of grabbed my hand and pulled me back and he was rubbing my arm. And I asked him, I was like, why you do that? I said, it was cool. I was just going to let y'all talk. He was like, I was trying to let you know that even though I'm talking, I still see you. I'm still here with you. So yes, touching does make a difference. So,
yeah. So, let's see. Janelle said, I just thought about church, girl.
I know.
And, Alfredia.
Ms. Lane.
Ms. Lane says it shows that you are not alone.
Yes. And the older you get, the touch, they matter. But when you haven't had it, when you haven't experienced that, like I applaud dads that can give their girls those hugs and those cuddles and those touches and those, can wipe their tears away from their eyes. Men that do that for their girls, you just don't know what you are embedding into them. So when you haven't had that, or you haven't had all that cuddling and all that love and all of that, the older you get, that's something that you crave. And it affects the way how you handle relationships or how you deal with people because you haven't had that. It's not that I don't want to love you or I don't want you to touch me. I haven't had that.
You've been deprived.
So I've been deprived of all of that. And now, now, it's been so long. I'm just a huggable huggy bear. I need a hug right now.
Oh!
But I'll talk about it for a man.
Hug your neck, girl.
So, yeah, hugging does make a difference.
Kalia said, I am different with each of my children. I am like that with my youngest daughter, but not with my son. I had to learn the hard way. So there's 7 signs you might be suffering from touch deprivation. First sign, if it's you, say that, no, you know how we real on here. All right, first sign, aggressive behavior. Body image issues.
Yeah.
High stress levels. Loneliness.
Pray for me.
Yeah, hold it. You want what, 2?
I'm on 3.
On 3, loneliness. 5, mental health issues such as depression. Virtual hugs. Yes, Clema, I'm giving y'all virtual hugs. Put the virtual hugs in the chat. Sexual dysfunction. Number 7, fear of attachment and unsatisfying relationships. Those are your 7 signs you might be suffering from touch deprivation.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that.
Learn something new every day on Live It Out Inc. Well, every Thursday on Live It Out Inc.
Yeah, so let's start hugging people. Matter of fact, if you're with your spouse right now, give them a hug. Or send them that little
Yvonne said, can it be inherited because I love hugging, but my girls say no more.
well, because I know you, I know your girls. It's just because they're in the life 101 stage. One is a teenager and one is a millennial. So just keep getting on their nerve and hugging them anyway. They'll come back.
Okay, so next question. This kind of leads into the next one. Would you rather be told verbally that you are loved or shown through acts or action that you are loved? I'll let you answer, then I answer. Would you rather be told you're loved or be shown that you're loved?
I can't have both.
You can have both.
Well, yeah, I want to show me.
Well, is it different for your relationships with men, or is it different for your children or your friends or family or something like that? Okay,
relationship wise.
And let us know what you all think in the chat. Yeah. Which one did you choose?
Okay, so relationship wise, he can say he loves you, but if his actions don't line up with his words, then it's still a mess. It don't work. So you telling me you love me is one thing, but you showing me that you love me is a whole nother thing. And my thing is with the I love you. I mean, it's so overrated and they say it so easily now. And I'm not saying I believe in true love. I'm still waiting on my knight in shining armor, Shrek, whoever he gonna be. I'm
Not
still
Shrek.
it can be Shrek. He can be Shrek. He got to
You
be.
don't have no standards right now.
He don't have to be Prince Charming. But Shrek was a
He
lovable
was.
ogre. He was very lovable. But if his actions don't line up with his words, then it don't make it makes no difference. So you can tell me you love me, but I need you to show me that you love me. Love is an action word. So it's something that you do, but it's nice to hear. So y'all tell me what y'all think. And when it's with your kids, I mean, kids got the most amazing way to show that they love you. They will come out the blue, and just do stuff, like they'll just come like now. Puff has done a couple of times. Come on, mom, I'm gonna take you to the spa. I was like, oh, where? Oh, okay. Just out of nowhere, they would do a little stuff, buy me lunch, like they ain't supposed to. But okay, they would just do little stuff to show you that respect. If your children respect you, it goes a long way. It goes a very long way. Respect and love go almost hand in hand. So the respect has to be there for the love. That's my take on it.
I would say just speaking on my experience from as a teenager, I would have rather been told that I were loved because they showed me that they loved me by providing for me and buying me clothes and stuff like that. But I never heard the words. And so as I was saying, as something in me was telling me that I wasn't loved, maybe and I don't know if this would be true or not, if the things would have changed or would have changed my story. Maybe if I heard that I love you more, maybe it would have counteracted some of those negative words that were being told in my mind. So that's the only reason why I say I would rather be told that you love me, because like she said, now they just throw it out. But usually it takes somebody a long time to say that they love you. Even if you're in a relationship with somebody for a while, and it happens in the movies all the time. Like you could be dating somebody, but once they say that they love you, the girls get all excited. Oh my God, you said you love me, because that means that is something more than what we've been doing this whole time. So I would love both, but I would have to say, as a teenager growing up, I would have loved to have heard I love you genuinely and not just thrown out there. Now you definitely have to do both.
So parents, take it from this troubled teen back in her day. Tell your kids that you love them. Again, hug on them, tell them, let them hear it, because they know that you love them because you are providing. They have a nice place to sleep. They're getting food. They're getting clothes. You're buying them things. You're taking them out. But again, don't miss the verbal part where they need to hear, so you can verbally plant those seeds in their head. Baby, I love you. Regardless of how many mistakes you make, mommy loves you. Mommy will be here, even when you're wrong. But I need you to be able to come and talk to me. So plant those seeds of love so you can open up that door of communication, so you can be approachable to your kids. Because a reason why some kids go and talk to other people, and the streets gonna put all kind of different information, and their friends gonna tell them all kind of different stuff. But if they come to you or another responsible adult, then you have the opportunity to plant a positive seed into that child. So yeah, let's get busy loving on our kids, even these rock hard-headed teenagers or these rebel boys that want to be gangbangers and all of that. They going to the big homie for love. So they looking for these girls that's going to these older guys or whatever. You got to understand, if you raising girls, you better let them know that, hey, you don't have to subject yourself to that, because I love you and I'm going to do the best I can to give you what you need and what you want. So again, let's love on our kids. Let them know that we love them.
And Janine says, I got to have both. Regina, Clement said, true love rocks.
I think y'all the only married couple. Well, I ain't gonna even say that. Clement and Regina.
There's some happy married couples out there. Janine, happily
Janine
married.
And Chris and Tanya and Greg. What's up, Greg? Greg in the NYC.
Miss Tanya said beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
But ugly is to the bone, Tanya. Don't let them fool you.
We must say kids have unconditional love.
They do. Kids genuinely love their parents. They did. The smaller little kids, they genuinely love their parents. It's when they start to get older, when their body starts to change, when they start being hormonal and things going on with their body that they don't understand. Then and then friends, peers, peer pressure, all that stuff comes into effect. So you gotta plant them seeds early while they're young and impressionable. Plant them seeds early so they can grow up in love. You don't want your child to have to recover from their childhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going through now. You don't want your children to have to recover from a childhood of feeling like they wasn't loved, or they were depressed, or they felt like that nobody listened to them and nobody cared for them. That's a hard place to be. So again, let's love on our kids, guys.
And Joy says, I love Joy. Joy says, I love you text go over well too, these millennials.
Oh yes, man, send them folks a emoji heart or something that says I love you, a love song. Send them anything that's going to connect with them on their level so they know, hey, my mom was thinking about me. You know, it's cool to text your kids. I blow they grown and I still blow their phone up. Let them not be in a place where they supposed to be. I'm like, where you at? You good? You all right? You good? You straight? They're like, why are you checking up on me? Because, duh, I love you and I want you to be safe. Not that I'm trying to get in your business, but I need to know that you're safe because I still care, you know, though you grown. And I really do. My face saying, but I really do. I love my kids, y'all.
So I had to learn, like, she tried to have this tough exterior. And growing up, you don't see the inside of people. You don't see the genuine, oh, she probably do care a little bit. You don't see, because they always have this tough exterior. As a kid, you're not looking for all that. I just need for you to be what I need for you to be right now in my life. So, but as y'all can see, she's gentle. It's a gentle giant.
Girl, anyway, moving right along.
Let's see, any more comments?
Janine had a question about what advice would you give to a girl?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
Okay, so you got the questions. All right.
Well,
so let's get moving.
All right. So next question, I want to talk about influences, and maybe this had an effect on how I handle or how I couldn't communicate well growing up. So I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 86. I grew up in the 90s. And my influences as far as celebrities go were like Whitney Houston and Toni Braxton. And I'm just saying this because in the 90s, celebrities were more sheltered. They didn't really talk about their lives. I mean, you couldn't really, to find them or to, to know any more about them, you really had to dig deep to find, their stories. But now this new age, everything is out. Everything, like Housewives, all these Love and Basketball shows, everybody's on reality TV. They just telling everything. So, and they communicate a lot more because their influence are communicating a lot more. And we have more access to share how we feel we can go on Facebook and put, I feel this way today. Maybe somebody will see it. And maybe somebody will reach out, but back when in your age, your generation, like 70s, 80s, you ain't that.
Wait a minute.
I was about to say 50s.
Hold up, sis. So
I'm just trying, and for like your artists, like Run DMC and the people that y'all looked up to, Jam, whoever they were.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
LL Cool J. Salt-N-Pepa. But we crossed genres. That's the thing with my generation. We wasn't just stuck in that era. Because even when you go over to the 90s, remember, me and Doug just 15 years apart. When you go over to the 90s, we rocked with Pac and DMX and Nas and Jay-Z and all of them. So we were not just stuck in the 80s. We moved. Our taste for music, and it keeps moving. So we cross genres. We can rock from the 70s all the way up to right now.
But I'm talking about the communication piece, where the artists or not even just celebrities, but the influences that you had, did they communicate their problems or did they communicate what they were going through so that when you looked at them, or were they an example for you to teach you how to communicate or tell you? Because the people that I used to look up to, they were always very shy and very like, to themselves were the people that y'all were influenced by in the 70s and 80s or 90s.
You can stop saying 70s, boo.
You were born in 71.
But we weren't listening to nobody in 71. Who was in 71?
I can see them.
Girl, go ahead on somewhere. But anyway, when you had Run DMC, Public Enemy, they were more conscious rappers. So they was rapping about what was going on in the community. They just had a hot beat behind it. So we heard it, but we really wasn't listening for it. Number one, we weren't looking to them for influence. My generation liked to dance. We wanted to dance. We wanted to party. We was not looking for them people to give us no advice on how to live our life. I'm just sorry. First of all, we didn't have the exposure to them like that. So like you were saying, we didn't get to see how they live their life behind closed doors until now. But when we were coming up, we were breakdancing. We was outside. We were outside dancing on the basketball court. Tracy and Kurt, what's up, Kurt? Kurt taught us the whole Thriller. And if he got that video, I'm going to drop it for y'all when we were kids. But anyway, we were outside. We were the outside kids. We danced outside. We were breakdancing outside. We played kickball. We did all of that. We did not look for celebrities to validate us, to even give us rules for communication, because we had to look to the teachers. The teachers were a big influence, and our parents and the older people that we saw in our neighborhoods, like the older kids.
Let's go right there. Okay, so I grew up at the daycare center where she worked around a lot of women. So as you were saying that you like been around those adults, my people, my age group, we were always told, get out of grown folks' business. So we never got a chance. Well, of course, I always stayed. Nobody, I stayed to get all the little gems. But a lot of times we get pushed out of those conversations, especially at a certain age. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going?
Get out of grown folk business. When grown folk talk, you get out of here. Why right. You still see here grown folk talk?
Yeah. So it's like, so we had to, because our parents or the people the grown-ups who were around wasn't giving us those little nuggets that we needed. So what we do, we go straight to the television. If they on Planet Rock or they talking about something on TV, we have to.
That's if you were like if that was all you had. But growing up, you were outside. Although you was at the daycare center, you were outside. You were able to socialize with other kids. You were able to play kickball and hide and go seek and all those other things the other kids used to play outside. You were not zoned to the TV like that all day.
Yeah,
like
no,
a lot
I'm
of
not saying that I was.
So,
I'm just saying that that's where I had some influence. They had some influence on me on how, because I looked at TV and saw like Claire Huxtable, and I was like, I want to dress like that. I want to carry myself this kind of way, because there wasn't a lot of people around me that I felt like that's what I want to be. I didn't have that.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I want to be out. I don't want to be in the hood my whole life.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
So I looked out into different areas, and I decided, when I was a teenager, I was like, after I went through my depression and came out of it, I was like, what type of woman do I want to be? And I looked for different influence, and that's where I got my some of my inspiration.
Well, I don't think nobody
it's some people
that
want to be in the hood
that want to be in the hood, but if you got any dreams or hope, it's not to stay in the hood. Everybody be bragging about, oh yeah, I'm from the West. Now I
am from the West Side. I'm from the West Side.
But I don't have to go back over there and live. Trust. I don't have to go back over, but I rep the West Side all day. But you do want better. And again, as young parents or just as parents not knowing, like and I don't know if this is off the subject, but I wasn't taught about your credit score. I wasn't pushed in like, okay, you need to own your home by the time you turn 25. My mama did push education. If she didn't push nothing else, she pushed education. So I knew school, it wasn't no play about school. Not going to school was not an option for me. Even when I was pregnant, I went to school pregnant on the motor bus and everything. My mama said it'll drop out at the school because you going. So, school was she did push education, but even then they wasn't teaching us about our credit score. They wasn't teaching entrepreneur. They wasn't teaching own your own business. They wasn't teaching, you can own a house by 25 or you can have your own business. They just didn't teach us that. So I can only teach you what I know and learn on the way and through life experiences. A lot of things that I learned, I had to experience in life. Like, and I did get them late. I got a lot of things late in life, but you know, it's all in God's plan. I don't regret my life. I don't regret nothing. I don't regret nothing. I wouldn't change it because I'm good. I'm okay. I love myself. I love my kids. They are awesome. Duck is doing amazing things. So it was just something that we had to go through. It was a transformation that we had to go through in order to be here today, to sit here and to be able to tell that story with the success behind you. So back then, the influence that we had back in the 80s, we didn't look for superstars to raise us. We didn't look for superstars to communicate with and tell us what our next move. We saw the glitz and the glam, but I don't even think we were awed by it. We wasn't even awed by all the flashy stuff that they were wearing. Them MC Hammer pants, I'm like, bro, please, I did have a pair though, but all that stuff we saw on TV, it didn't really phase us. So I don't know. I mean, we just cut from a different cloth. Shout out to these folks that was raised up in the 80s. Anybody born between 71 and 79, shout out to you, boo, because we cut from a different cloth. We move different. And that's probably why we're struggling so hard raising these millennial kids, because we moved different. We thought different. And I was having a talk with one of my homeboys, Kurt Cotwell. Thank you for watching the show. He was telling me, he was like, wow, he was listening to the show and he was saying that was the way we was raised. We wasn't raised to just be so soft on our kids and be so sensitive and to tap into their sensitive side and all of that stuff. He said, just because mama and them raised us like that, not saying they were wrong, but it don't necessarily mean that it was right. So we're still learning from mistakes that we may have made. But the difference is, as a parent, don't you feel bad about your grown kids if they making bad mistakes, if they making wrong choices. They're at a point now where they can think for themselves. Hold yourself accountable for what you done. Own up to what you didn't do or you felt like you could have done different, but that's it. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel bad. Don't you, because you did the best you know how. Now, unless you just out there on drugs and doing all that other crazy stuff, then you probably need to apologize to your kids. But just coming up trying to raise kids, being a single parent, a lot of us were single parent, and the ones that did have dad, they help, shout out to all of y'all. But life is an experience within itself. So you live and you learn every day. So apologize for your mistakes. Like Tyler Perry said, stop sweeping this stuff under the rug. Stop hiding all these secrets. Stop living in all this darkness. Bring it to the light. Put it on the table. Let it be what it be. Deal with it. Heal from it. If you need to go get help, whether it's through a therapist, whether it's a priest, whether whatever you need to do to heal your mental state, do what you need to do so you can live a better life for your kids. So when you have your kids, you already straight. Look, okay, I live like this. Mom and them live like this. I don't want my child to live like this. I want something better for the next generation. So it only supposed to get better from generation to generation. But honestly, if you ask me, we dropped the ball somewhere. We have dropped the ball somewhere with some of these kids, and I don't know where. And Dina, we just gave you a shout out. Congratulations, boo.
Congratulations, cousin.
Congratulations, boo, on the wedding, on the marriage. Good. I mean, I'm so happy for y'all. So that's my spiel on it. I can go all night with his parents and stuff.
Let's go to some of the comments.
Yes, because what's done in the dark will come to the light. Stop hiding secrets. Allow your kids to be free.
And it's not healthy to walk around with that. Ma, you just rumbled on for a whole 20 minutes.
But you cut me off.
I'm sorry. And mine's going to be real quick. Don't harbor on things that happen in your past. You have to let that stuff go because it's not healthy to hold in. And if somebody do something to you, try to attack it right then. Try to address it then. Don't hold on to all that hurt and pain and dysfunction for years and years and years, because that's what caused you to get sick. People are dying for secrets that they're holding in. If you just let that stuff go, even if you can't approach the person that calls you, that you really want to fight, if you can't approach them, even if you got to let it go, just say it to a therapist, say it out loud, have a conversation with yourself, let it go. Don't hold it in. You can't hold that they all that drama in like that.
Their pain,
The
because a lot
pain,
of
the
times the
hurt,
pain, the hurt,
the disappointment, the lying, it's some people I had to cut off.
So, and Dina made a statement when they was on the segment that you got to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. We as parents might not like it, but at least give them room for error. Give them room to make mistakes, because kids are gonna have to make their own mistakes. They're gonna have to learn some mistakes. If we could stop them from making every mistake that we know we made, and that's what I be trying to tell my youngest daughter. I'm just trying to stop you from making some of the mistakes I made. I know you're gonna make mistakes, but if I can tell you about one that I've been through, then that's an unnecessary trial that you have to go through. But you gotta be so. And now I'm not cool, like friend cool with your kids, but you gotta be so cool that when your child's facing something hard, they gonna think like, man, I need to go talk to my mom. Or man, I need to go holler at my dad about this. Not that, ooh, I'm scared. My mama might be hollering. My mama might fuss at me. My mama might cuss me out. So you got to make yourself approachable for your kids. You got to know that your kids might not follow the same path you follow. You might have been a cheerleader or a football player, played in the band, got straight A's, and did all of that when you was in high school. And your child might can't even struggling to hold that little D they got in class. But you cannot look for your success in your child like that. You got to allow them to be who they are. Nurture it. Teach them morals and values. Don't get me wrong. Teach them morals and values. Teach them what they need to know. Give them the best of school, home, church, and all that other good stuff. But just know that nobody is perfect, not even your child.
And I just want to add, parents, your child has to be able to trust you.
Yeah.
Like now we're in a whole different space now. But even she know that for a long time I didn't feel like I could trust her with some of the stuff that I was going through with my secrets and all kind of stuff. But now I'm just like, I don't care what nobody think. And not that I care what people thought then. I just wanted it. I didn't want everybody to know what I was going through.
So what you trying to say? I was gonna tell everybody.
You would.
I wasn't. Who I was gonna tell?
And if I have to say names and whoever you talk to on the phone, it's
no.
Some stuff I'm just making a point. Some stuff your child has to trust you with their secrets, with their business, because when they do go over that family member house or go to be with your friends, they don't want to be attacked and approached by people coming up to them. Ooh, I heard. Ooh,
yeah.
No teenager especially want that. So it took me a while to get back to, trusting.
That's okay. I understand, though.
But you my girl now, so
I understand.
Yeah, no. All right, so I want to answer again. If y'all have a question for us, please put it in the chat so that we can answer it even if it's about our relationship, anything that I discussed last week. Janine asked, what advice, Duck, would you give to a young girl going through what you went through at that age? It's different. I would have to know some. Don't they know we on live? Why they not watching us? Why they not watching us? But anyway, I would have to know a little. I will share, but I would have to know a little bit of the family background or the family dynamic, what her family dynamic is in her headspace. Again, mine's were I would just tell her to find somebody that she trusts to express herself, to talk to kind of tell how she's feeling, get her real emotions out, be honest with herself, be honest with how she feel, and not really count or depend on anybody for that validation, as I said last week. Try to find something that you love and something that you love doing and master it, do it well, and find something that makes you happy. Instead of dwelling on that depression or always being in sadness or walking around like a zombie. You don't have to be like that. That's that mind game. And if the enemy can play mind games on you, he definitely has you in the palm of his hand. And you do not want that. You can change that. By surrounding yourself with positive people and not shutting people that love you out. So don't try to hide yourself. Don't let them sit in the room, be depressed. It's okay if they end up playing the game or doing whatever. They being themselves, but if you see that they're being depressed and in darkness and not eating, if they just in the room sleeping all the time, don't let them do that. Get them up, take them outside, let them ride with you, talk with them, let them come watch a show with you. Don't, because believe it or not, most suicides of young kids, elementary school kids, happen while the parent is in the home. So if you see that your child is going through something, let them sleep in the bed with you.
Things that'll pop your lips.
Did I pop my lips?
Keep talking.
I don't do that. I'm my bad cousin. But yeah, so if you see that they're going through that, let them sleep in the bed with you. Let them, find something that makes them happy and let them do that. Don't let them be depressed around you at all. Talk to them about their feelings. Let them express themselves. Even if you just got to let them talk and you just listen. You don't even have to have a response sometimes. Just let them talk.
And sometimes as a parent, that is so hard to do. That's because you be biting your tongue and gritting your teeth and you trying to hold a straight face because you're trying now to listen to your child. You're trying to do it different. You don't want to be like, because I said so, you're gonna do what I say do because
that
I
don't
said
work
do
now.
it. So this is different. It's a different time. You're dealing with a different breed. I don't know if it's in the water, in the hot wings that they buying, or them Takis, or whatever kind of hot
I don't
fries.
even think it's that different. I think it's just
It's
now more
different.
so out, because even back then, people just held stuff in because I don't even think it's that much different.
It's different now, parents. If you raising like teenagers, like or preteens, it's different because kids today have so much exposure, much more exposure,
Yeah, I would say
even
that.
than what y'all had. Because even back then, when y'all was growing up, we didn't even have a computer in the house. I would drop y'all off at the library. So I would drop them off at the library to do their homework, do my route for my job for the daycare, and then go back and pick them up and tell them, I hope you did your homework and you better have everything that teacher told you better have. So, but now kids are in front of the computer. They can look up whatever they want to look up. They can look up how to poison you, how to do whatever they want to do to their parents. Yeah, they taking all these challenges. And it's just too much. It's too much information, and I don't even know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it is too much negative information that is accessible to kids. So now these kids these days, you coming at your mama talking that crazy stuff about what they rights are, what they can and can't do, and how they gonna do it.
Yeah, because I forget my thought. I want to also, with all the access to social media, with the bullying piece. It's so many kids, like they have so much access on these social media outlets, and like what age is appropriate to get for your child to have their own social media page? I know some people say 16. If you have a kid under 16 that has their own social media account, or if you know somebody, let me know in the chat, because
you want me to write that name down? You want to go to that page for you?
But I'm saying, if the parent is not monitoring and then they're wondering why their child is depressed, why do they feel like they don't look beautiful? Why are they comparing themselves all of a sudden to everybody? It's so many questions things at 21. It's hard to monitor everything that your child is doing or everything that they have access to, and wondering, why is my child acting like this? Why are they acting out? Why are you so, what's going on with it's a behavior change that happens when they start to see crazy things on social media and start, like, the bullying is real. The bullying is real, because things people want to say to your face, they'll definitely put it in your comments under your picture on social media.
Keyboard gangsters.
So you want to make sure that you are checking in with them and talking with them. You can go ahead and finish this.
I lost my thought. You stop.
But I forget my thought too. That's why I had to say it then. All right, so we have a question from one of our viewers, and the question says, why do some people, adults, find it necessary to lie constantly about everything? Example, if everyone is in a discussion, why do you feel it necessary for your story to be more than the next person, like you have to one up someone? Why? Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. I need to read it again.
Yeah, read it again.
First part of the question, why do some people find it necessary to lie constantly about everything?
Those people are liars, and they looking for they need to feel they're what they're doing is feeding their ego. I mean, I've seen people. First of all, don't make me part of the lie. If you lying, we sitting there having a conversation, and you lying, don't pull me in the lie.
Janice was out.
They pull you in the lie. You be like, oh yeah, They be like, you don't remember? Be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember. And I'm in my mind like, you know, you lying.
But you'll say I'll be like, no, I wasn't there. You'll go along with me.
Yeah, I go along with them. I am trying to be a good friend, trying to be.
I'm like, no, I don't remember.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember. But in my mind, I'm like, why are you sitting there lying to these folks like that? You know you ain't did that. But anyway, those people are constantly feeding their egos. They need to feel like they need to feel like, hey, this is something important about me. Just like people that lie, embellish. I ain't gonna say y'all lie on y'all resumes and all that other stuff.
You got to now, because people that go high, you have to now.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. I pride myself on trying not to lie. Now I done messed up a couple times and lied.
I ain't gonna say
if I get caught in the lie, hey, I'ma own up to. I'll be like, okay, you got me. But yeah,
she tell little lies like black people lies. I'm around the corner and she's still in Buckhead. She tell those kind of lies.
Yeah, because I want you to be ready when I get there. If I tell you,
or I'm outside and she's still in Buckhead and we outside like, oh, what my mate?
That's my shirt, Dina. What you mean? What is this on my shoulder? Oh my God, Shanita, could you give her a fashion a fashion class or something? But anyway, yeah, people that gotta constantly lie. We got a coworker like that. That's just. Don't y'all say nothing on y'all typing nobody's name and stuff like that. But every time we have a meeting, the lies just go rolling off the tongue. I be like, man, we got to listen to these lies for 2 hours. But yeah, those people just trying to feed their egos.
And the second part of the question, why do you feel it necessary for your story to be more than the next person? Like you said, embellishing.
Again, because it may be some form of jealousy because you don't have what that person has. So you're going to make it seem like that you got more than that person when that person probably don't even care what you got going on. See, well, we got to learn, especially African Americans or black women, black men, whatever. What we got to learn is be appreciative of what we have. Celebrate the success of your fellow queen or another king or something like that. It's enough for all of us to be successful out here. God blessing us all. God is in the blessing business for everybody. You don't have to be jealous. That's where you messing up at, when you being jealous of somebody, or when you talking down on somebody, or when you supporting somebody in their face, but you downing them behind their back. So you messing yourself up doing that. So it just don't make sense to be hating or jealous of what somebody else have, because believe it or not, if you work hard enough, if you stick to the plan, trust the process, your day is coming. Your dreams are going to come true. Your destiny will come forward, but it's on you. And if you spending your time lying and trying to down somebody else, that's time and energy you could be investing in yourself. That's time and energy you could be investing, promoting your business, promoting your service, promoting whatever you got going on. So mind the business that pays yours and just be happy for everybody. I'm happy for everybody. Shout out to everybody that got their own business, all the entrepreneurs. I mean, y'all doing the thing. Since this pandemic, it's about 50,000 t-shirt companies. Everybody and their mama making jewelry.
Shout out to the 3 businesses we shout out this month: Royalties and Wisdom.
Yeah,
business,
that's another
t-shirt company. Be Brio Joy. If you're in the chat, drop your page name.
Joy, I don't think I can wear them tights you got though.
I think she got.
You gotta do some big girl tights. You gotta come on now. Y'all sleeping on the big girls. I don't like that. Big girls like to look cute too.
If you got a business, drop it in the chat. We don't hate over here. We congratulate. We support.
Congratulate. And I want the what's that girl? What's the business?
Queen's Creations.
I'm waiting on my Falcons bracelet. I will buy.
Okay, I don't know.
And Glam Cafe, my girl Tracy got her own business. Catrice Sweets is she does good desserts. good dessert tables and all of that. I know a lot of people that got their own business. I'm so proud of y'all, and I try to support everybody. If I don't do nothing but buy a pair of socks from somebody, I got you. I'm going to support all the black business. Um, don't do that then. The Falcons ride, and I'm not taking my ruffles off.
Oh, we already talked about the Falcons and how they blew.
Oh yeah. Oh, Varner, Tisha, a new me. That's the cupcake. Ooh, ooh, them cupcakes, girl. I'm glad you put your name up there. The Cupcake Diva. Man, them cupcakes are to die for. She is the bomb.
So we're not gonna use that word to die for.
Okay, to live for.
Thank you.
Okay, them cupcakes are to live for. They are very good. Tisha, a new me. That's Miss Varner, the Cupcake Diva. Y'all check her out. She can make whatever kind of cupcake you want.
All right, so we're about to wrap it up. Our hour is almost done here. Yeah, so we want to discuss one more quote before we go. And it's this is the month of suicide prevention and awareness month. So we want to make sure that we're giving y'all all the information that you need. If you learned something that you didn't know before this entire month, let us know in the chat, or just say, yes, this encouraged you. Yes, you learned something that you didn't know before. This quote, it says, the person who commits suicide dies once. Those left behind die 1,000 deaths, trying to relive those terrible moments and understand why. So when Kate Spade, or when a celebrity, and I'm only using celebrities because these are hot topics that on Thursdays we talk about hot topics. So when celebrities usually commit suicide, people are like, they had all the money in the world. Why did they commit suicide? Robin Williams, a comedian, supposed to have been a happy person and had all the money that he needed. Why would he commit suicide? So once somebody commits suicide, they die once, but the people left behind, the family members, it affect at least 3 people in your family. And they may go on living thinking, why? Was it me? Was it something that I did? Was it something that I didn't do? So sometimes it says sometimes people who commit suicide are not fully aware or are in such a dark place that they don't consider that taking their own life will create a huge amount of pain for their loved ones left behind. Imagine how you would feel if a person you care deeply about took their own life. It's difficult to recover from the death of a loved one in general already, but it's usually harder if the individual committed suicide. The act of suicide leaves people behind with unanswered questions and feelings of confusion and shame, as well as the guilt around being able to prevent the suicide. You wanted to say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. But that was that one.
Suicide is real. Just know that our purpose, again, for the month of September is to just bring awareness to suicide, to help somebody to know the signs, to know what to look for, to be that listening ear, to give that special touch, to give that cuddle, to give somebody what they need so that they don't take their life, to change the game, to kind of flip this thing around and show them that life matters, that their life matters, that they matter as a human being, that, hey, this world has a place for you and you got a purpose for being here. So again, especially with anybody that that has any mental illness or struggling with anything in life, period, just check in on your people that's hurting right now. Even with the pandemic and people losing people left and right, people losing jobs, losing homes. Even though the hood, y'all eating good, y'all good with them $600 a week. Y'all been doing good. I ain't never seen these many lavish birthday parties in my life. I mean, kids coming on helicopter rides in the hood. But anyway, in all seriousness, just check up on somebody. Check up on that friend that I got quiet, or if their appearance starting to look different, or if something going on in their work, or if the children don't look like they being tended to the right way, if something going on in the marriage, it's just, okay, sis, you good? You want to talk? Anything you need? It's a difference in being nosy and caring. So be caring. Come from a place of love. Actually, genuine, just love on somebody. Let them know that, hey, like, your life matters. You are somebody, and it will go a long way.
And also, families in low-income areas have a high suicide rate as well, due to poverty, due to just people wanting more for themselves, and they don't see a way out. So exposure is excellent. Exposing your kids to travel, exposing them to different things, different foods, different type of people. Meaning, it's more than just what happens in the hood. So you want to make sure that you're showing them that this is not the only way. This is not the only way of happiness. And last thing that we're closing out. Suicide doesn't end the chances of life getting worse. It eliminates the possibility of it ever getting better. So make sure that you're living your best life. Live it out. Live out whatever it is you're going through, because life does get better. Life is not bad. Life does not suck. Life is fun. It's fun, and it's even better with people that you love. Oh my goodness. All right, so you gotta close it out. Thank y'all so much for chatting with us tonight. Put a blue heart in the chat if you all enjoyed the segment tonight.
Thank you guys again for tuning in to Live It Out. Remember to like, share, subscribe.
And when we say share, we're not just saying share so we can have 1,000 views, whatever. If this information only stays in this bubble, then it's not helping as many people as it can. So we want you all to share with somebody. Yes, they should go on the shirt. I may put it on our new merchandise. So make sure that you all share with somebody, even if you gotta text it to them and have them watch it on YouTube, but they don't have to see all the comments or whatever. So it's not so much about sharing so that we can have all these numbers. We want to help people, and that's the purpose of Live It Out Inc. So thank y'all so much, so much. Well, I can get to all y'all questions. I'll text it in. But all right.
Thanks, Tanya, for the blue heart.
Throw your L's in the sky. Whip them high, because you know that we alive. Holla. Y'all
Live it out.
Have an excellent
Live it out. Live it out. Live it out. Live it out. Ow.